Good morning. The 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Tenisha Yancey presiding. While court is in session, there will be no talking, sleeping, lying down, driving, no wearing of any head garments unless it's for religious purposes only, no chewing of any gum or reading of any material, and you must be properly dressed when the judge asks you to turn on your cameras. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning to all of you. Again, I am presiding over your matters today. Are the parties ready on Jonathan Butler?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Attorney Aaron Bory on behalf of Mr. Butler. We are ready.
Thank you. Now calling the People versus Jonathan Rashawn Butler, ticket number D808359. 808359, one count of operating while intoxicated. Please state your appearance for the record, Counselor.
Good morning again. I'm Aaron Boria, the attorney for Jonathan Butler. My P number is 73688. Jonathan, can you state your name, please? Unmute yourself and state your name.
Jonathan Butler.
Your Honor, I spoke with the prosecutor in this matter. There is an offer to plead guilty to reduced charge of impaired driving. Mr. Butler is going to be pleading guilty to that charge.
Okay, is that your understanding, Mr. Butler?
Yes.
And you had an opportunity to speak with your attorney, right?
Yes.
Understand you, right?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes.
You put your hand down, sir.
Would you like me to voir dire?
Yes, please, Counselor.
Mr. Butler, on July 10th of 2021, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne, state of Michigan?
Yes.
Prior to operating the motor vehicle, had you consumed alcohol or intoxicating liquor?
Yes.
And you encountered a police officer?
Yes.
And he had you perform some field sobriety tests and you were unable to perform those satisfactorily?
Yes.
Okay. You were ultimately arrested and submitted to a breath test, correct?
Correct.
The results were 0.08.
Yes.
Do you believe that due to the consumption of alcohol, your ability to operate the motor vehicle safely on that day was substantially lessened or less than that of an ordinary prudent driver?
Yes.
Your Honor, I think that satisfies the factual basis.
The court is satisfied. The court is satisfied and will enter a guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Butler for operating while visibly impaired. Mr. Butler, I'm going to schedule this for sentencing so that we can get a pre-sentencing investigation report done. I'm going to set it out to, I believe 30 days should be enough time. So we're going to schedule it for sentencing on June 16th. We will continue your $0 personal bond. Part of your bond conditions will be obviously that you are not to be drinking and driving. You are not to have any police contact and no further tickets between now and the time of sentencing.
Okay.
We will see you on June 16th.
June 16th. 8:30.
What was the time, Your Honor? I couldn't hear you.
8:30 a.m.
Thank you. And I think you said this. He needs to contact probation or they'll call him.
As a matter of fact, will you, Mr. Butler, or Mr. Boria, will you send his phone number in a chat to the clerk? They will contact him.
Okay.
So before you log out, just make sure we have your phone.
Okay.
Mr. Butler, your number ends in 7838, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. All right, I'll put it in there now.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you.
You have a good day.
You too.
Oh, right here. The attorney is here. No officer. Mhm.
Now calling the people. Now calling the people versus Michael Lewis Booth, ticket number SX 417-868-711, count of fail to yield right of way or interfere with traffic. Please state your appearance for the record, Counselor.
Morning, Your Honor. Adam Kanaszewski on behalf of Mr. Booth, who's also appearing via Zoom.
Mr. Booth, will you state your name for the record, please?
It's Michael Booth.
Today is the date and time set for a formal hearing. Counselor, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, it's come to my attention that the officer has not appeared for the formal hearing. I would ask that the matter be dismissed.
So the court has verified that Officer Strickland has not checked into the courtroom either virtually or in person. Therefore, the matter will be dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Booth, just be careful when you're driving in the future, but this matter will be dismissed. It does mean, I don't know if your attorney explained to you that without prejudice means that the officer could rewrite the ticket if he so chooses, but as of today, the matter is dismissed and you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Butler, you're free to go, sir. I'll remove you, sir. He's our house officer.
Now calling the people versus Troy Bond Battle Westbury Jr., ticket number P14089448, count one, registered firearm. Please state your appearance for the record, Counsel.
Matthew Dupree, P 0132, House Counsel. Mr. Battle Westbury, would you unmute your device, turn on your video and state your name, please?
Yes, Troy Battle Westbury Jr.
Today is the date and time set for trial, Counsel. How would you like to proceed?
Judge, the officer has not appeared. We would move to dismiss.
This matter was in fact set for trial at 8:35 a.m. It is now 9:50 a.m. Officer Bryant has not checked in the courtroom either virtually or in person, therefore the matter will be dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Westbury, Mr. Battle Westbury, good luck. You are free to go. I know that we
Okay.
briefly kind of discussed your, or I just want you to be very, very cautious and perhaps because it's not a part of a plea or anything, you should perhaps consider taking a gun safety class.
Okay, and I got one more question. How do I go about getting my license and my property?
I'm not sure. You can contact it was confiscated by the Detroit Police Department.
Yes, it was confiscated by the K. Bryant officer, yeah. He even
Confiscated
took
by what kind of officer was it?
he was the Detroit, I think they had called it, he was the supervisor, because there was two other officers before
Well, it
he
doesn't,
came.
but he was a Detroit police officer of some
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
You would need to go to the precinct for the area in which the firearm was confiscated, and they would be able to return it to you there.
Okay, so I go to that, okay, I get what you're saying, that precinct in that area.
Yes.
You may want to come to the court to get something that says that the case was dismissed though.
That would be a good idea.
Keep in mind that this case was dismissed without prejudice, which means that the officer can rewrite the ticket if he so chooses.
Okay,
Okay, but you are free to go.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Corporal Whitehead can do. Corporal Whitehead can do. This person-
Corporal Whitehead, I see, you must have heard your name.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are free to go. We have not had Mr. or Mrs. Bay check in as of yet. We are going to issue a warrant.
Oh, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Now calling the people versus LaShawna Sherry Burton, ticket number P1412368. Count one, drove while license not valid or improper license. Count two, violation of basic speed law. Drove in an unsafe manner. Count three is failure to stop for a stop sign. Please state your appearance for the record, counselor.
Matthew Dupree, P80132, attorney for the defendant. Ma'am, would you unmute your device, please?
Where did you go? Oh, there you go.
That's it. State your name for the record, Ms. Burton.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is LaShawna Burton.
Today is the date and time set for a trial. Mr. Dupree, how would you like to proceed?
Judge, we have worked out a plea agreement in this matter under which the misdemeanor charge would be dismissed along with one of the civil infractions, and with regards to the other, it would be reduced to limited access 1 to 5 over. We would ask to accept that arrangement, and I would stipulate to the face of the complaint for the purposes of the factual basis on behalf of my client.
Okay, is there an officer present on the case that would like to state your name for the record?
Yes, how you doing, Your Honor? Officer Hayes.
Good morning, officer. All right, so.
Good morning.
Ms. Burton, that's your understanding, you understood, right? You'd like to be responsible to a similar.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, you're breaking up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think someone else had background noise, but I'm asking if you understood your rights and that your understanding, you'd like to plead or take a plea responsible to the 1 to 5 over limited access, dismissing the other charges. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and stipulate to the 4 corners of the ticket, counselor, for the factual basis.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will enter a responsible plea on behalf of Ms. Burton for 1 to 5 over the speed limit to access, dismissing counts 1 and 3 on the same ticket number ending in 2368. Ms. Burton,
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
are you working currently?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so the fines and fees are $125 for the 1 to 5 over. But if you
Okay.
don't pay in the next 2 weeks, it's gonna go up in cost, and I can't control that. So it will behoove you to pay it by May 30th if you can, but I'm gonna give you until I can give you 30 days to pay it. I'm
Would it
sorry.
be- Would it be possible for the defendant to receive an alternative sanction in the form of community service? She is indigent.
No, if she was going, I'm sorry, Your Honor, if you was gonna give me a deadline to pay that fee, I pay that fee instead of the community service.
You'll do $125 fee?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Your Honor?
You're able to pay the $125 fines and fees by June 16th?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Okay, just keep in mind that it is not gonna be 125 anymore if you pay it on June 16th, but if you pay it before May 30th, it'll be 125.
Okay, so how much would it be if I pay after May 30th?
I'm not exactly sure, but it probably will go up to about 150 or 175 with the late fees attached.
What if I pay, I can pay on it?
The clerk has informed me that if we actually put it in to be due on June 16th, that it won't go up, and yes, you can make payments on it.
Okay, well, thank you,
So
Your
just
Honor.
go to
I greatly appreciate that.
.org to make the payment.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good day, ma'am.
You too. So do I got to come back to court?
Only if you don't pay it by June 16th. If you pay it by June 16th, you don't need to come back. If you don't pay it by June 16th, I do need to see you back here at 8:30 that morning.
Okay, so I just send the money to 36th District Court?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day, Your Honor.
You as well. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Come on. Ready on the Benz matter. Ms. Benz, if you could turn your camera on. Now I'm calling the people versus Cynthia Lynn Benz, ticket number P1412591, one count of expired plate, ticket number P1412592, one count of no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your name.
Cynthia Benz.
Matthew Dupree, House Counsel, PED 0132. Judge, we've reached a proposed settlement in this matter in which the defendant would plead responsible to a single charge of expired plates with the misdemeanor dismissed. We would ask you to adopt that settlement. I would stipulate to the face of the ticket for the factual basis.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dupree, the prosecutor walked in. Can you repeat the plea, please?
The plea is, she would be taking responsibility for expired plates with the misdemeanor matter dismissed. And we would stipulate to the face of the ticket for the purposes of the plea.
Thank you. And just for the record, that Officer Harrington did appear. And this was a plea that was negotiated with the prosecutor's office, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Benz, is that your understanding?
It is, yes.
You had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Dupree in the breakout room. Did he advise you of your rights?
He did,
Do you understand your rights?
yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No,
I'm sorry, this is a responsible plea. I'm sorry. And you're pleading responsible on your own free will, is that correct?
yes.
Okay, so the court is going to enter a responsible plea for expired plates on behalf of Ms. Benz. And okay, and the fines and fees for expired plates, Ms. Benz, is gonna be $145. Can you pay that within the next 30 days?
No,
Judge, we were going to ask for community service for Ms. Binns as well. She is indigent and presently homeless.
So the only problem, Mr. Dupree, is that I can't order community service on a civil infraction. I can only do it on the misdemeanors. One moment, the prosecutor may have something to add.
She's indigent and homeless. She can raise the fees if she's indigent and homeless.
pardon?
Just one moment, Ms. Binns.
Just give us one moment. We're trying to figure out something, Attorney Dupree, okay?
Thank you.
You are.
Okay, Mr. Dupree, you kind of threw us for a loop there, so I did confirm that I am not allowed to waive civil infractions statutorily. I can't do that. I'm also not allowed, well, the one thing that we can do is we can set aside this plea, if you so wish, and then we can allow her to go to street court.
So Judge, I will say, I just got a message from Miss Binns. I think I might have confused her and Miss another one of the defendants about being homeless. I know she told me she was indigent. I'm not sure the homeless statement was correct, though. I apologize for that. Regardless, though, I will say, Miss Binns, it's a question of whether you could either pay this fine, you'd have to come up with the money somehow, or alternatively, we can withdraw the plea and refer you to street court, which is a program that's designed for individuals who are indigent. And you'd be able to work out something with them. Which way would you prefer?
I'm actually willing to give her, I mean, I can give her as much as 6 months to pay the 145, if that helps.
Yes, that does help.
And then you can just pay it in increments. If you go online, if you have $5, $10, whatever you have, you could go online and pay it, or you could come here to the court and pay it. There's also a list of DipDat machines on the court's website where you could pay in your neighborhood,
Okay, that'd be perfect. The
Does
time,
that work?
giving me time is perfect. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to accept her responsible plea to the expired plate and assess fines and fees of $145, giving her 6 months to pay it. You have to pay it by November 16th, 2023. If it's not paid by then, Ms. Vance, just check back into my courtroom that morning so that we can discuss it from there.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. The other matter will be dismissed without prejudice.
Okay. Thank you, Attorney Dupree.
Thank you, Ms. Binns.
Right here.
I looked at
it. One moment, Mr. Dupree, I'll be right with you on the next.
I know you just want to. I'm just trying to help. And I missed you.
Sure you did. Where's our gifts? Mr. Wembley, give us 1 second. We're on the record with the case, okay?
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ready on Booker?
Ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now calling the people versus Cynthia Latrice Booker, ticket number P1425617. Count 1, driving while license suspended. Count 2, expired plates. Count 3, no proof of insurance. Also, tickets and warrant status. Ticket number scratch that. Ticket number SP4221431, 1 count of driving without a driver's license. Ticket number SP4221432, 1 count of no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket SP4555511, 1 count of operating without a license, please. State your appearance for the record.
Matthew Dupree, House Counsel. Ms. Booker, state your name, please.
Cynthia Booker.
Okay, counsel, how would you like to proceed?
Judge, we've worked out a proposed settlement in this matter under which the defendant would be pleading guilty to failure to display a valid license and expired plates, with the remaining matters dismissed. We'd ask the court to adopt that settlement agreement.
And all other matters would be dismissed except for the expired plate?
That is correct, Your Honor.
She does
Yeah.
have a driver's license currently?
I
She's pleading.
do not recall, Your Honor, but there were a total of 6 matters and she didn't have all of the necessary documentation.
But she's pleading to FTV and expired plate.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, one moment, sir. You realize that there's 3 in warrant status?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking those to be lifted out of warrant status and be handled as part of the plea. They would also be dismissed as part of the plea.
Okay, so the court will set aside the warrants on the 3 that are in warrant status, which is the license, 2 license tickets, 1 no insurance ticket. Are we?
Pleading to the
You
2.
didn't know nothing about these 3
Yes, he
in
did.
warrant status. Mr. Ralphie?
No, because that's how he got the plea. I printed it out. That's why.
Oh,
I
he
already.
did. Okay, all right. Okay, so Ms. Booker, you talked to Mr. Dupree and he advised you of your rights?
Yes,
And did you understand your rights?
yes,
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea?
no,
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
yes,
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
yes,
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
yes,
You can put your hand down, turning your attention to January 26, 2023, where you driving a 2010 Black Dodge.
yes,
You're in the area of Grand River and Glastonbury in the city of Detroit.
yes,
And did you encounter a Detroit police officer that day?
yeah,
And asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
no,
And the vehicle plates, had they been expired? Were they expired at the time?
yes,
Satisfied, counsel?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
And stipulates probable cause on the dismissal?
So stipulated, Your Honor.
Court is also satisfied and will enter guilty pleas on the amended charges of failure to display on count 1, ticket number ending in 5617, count 2, to plea as charged to expired plates. Dismissing count 3, also dismissing the 3 that were in warrant status, ticket numbers ending in 1431, 1432, and 5511 will all be dismissed with prejudice. And did you state that Ms. Booker is dismissed? Ms. Booker, are you working?
yes,
You're currently working?
yes.
Okay. Where do you work, Ms. Booker?
I work for Chrysler.
Oh, okay, so we did not get you confused with the other young lady.
Yeah,
So
Judge.
the-
Sorry, Your Honor.
I just wanted to make sure that this was not the one that you thought was actually indigent, and she is clearly not indigent.
No,
She makes a pretty decent wage at Chrysler, so I am going to assess the normal fines and fees, Ms. Booker. Actually, I'm not gonna do the normal fines and fees with you because you have 2 of them. I will go to the lowest possible statutorily, and that's gonna be 190 each.
Yeah.
What are you? So I'm gonna assess fines and fees of $380, Ms. Booker, okay? But are you able to make those payments within the next 30 days?
yes, you said it's 380.
It's total 380.
Okay,
Wait,
all right, yeah, I'll be able to pay it.
okay. No, yeah, 380. I don't know why I was questioning it because you questioned it. It is the total of 380 and you'll be able to make those payments by June 16th?
Yes,
Okay, if you don't pay it by June 16th, you do need to appear back on this Zoom to explain to me why you haven't paid when we dismissed all these other matters. You should be able to set yourself on a decent plan to pay at least maybe $100 or $150.
Okay. Okay.
You said 3. Oh, no, the expired place tickets.
Oh.
So I was gonna do 221.
So I apologize because the expired plates ticket is a statutory 145.
okay,
So it's gonna be $365 total.
365.
Yes. You're free to go. As long as you pay it by June 16th, you don't have to return.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Mr. Dupree, I think that is it for you. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mr. Worthling, what can we do for you?
Checking in on Omar Burt.